subscribe.
Months after United Nations Human Rights Council's Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, the United Nations called off on the Nigerian government to immediately release Kanu unconditionally and pay him adequate compensations for the arbitrary violation of his fundamental human rights. The assassination attempt wasn't really from his political rivalries, rather it was a mission of tightening loose ends. He knows so much about the betrayal, kidnap and extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya back to Nigeria. And because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to walk free soon, the major role players are out to cover their tracks. Remember, lots of fingers are being pointed at Senator Ifeanyi Uba that he played a major role in the betrayal of Anindu. He, Ifeanyi Uba, also when he was accused of being the owner of the private jet used in the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after he was tranquilized, he unambiguously owned up that they was his friends. I could still remember when I published the story indicting him of being a key player in MNK's abduction. The post went viral, which openly let loose the chains of all his media hyenas as they came for my head. Even Ifeanyi Uba made a live video urging everyone to disregard that story. And his media head issued a communique saying that they have submitted my details to the police, and I shall soon end up in cuffs. So, what am I trying to analyze here? The assassination attempt on Senator Ifeanyi Uba not long ago was 90% not political induced, rather those of his fellow key players wants him permanently to silence in order to close that loose end. There are 5 major lead actors in Kanu's abduction. 1. The Fulani feudal overlords at the federal level. 2. Southeast governors. 3. Many close confidants of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thus. 4. Some Southeast senators. 5. Ohanis Igbo. These 5 aforementioned names played major role in the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are all panicking right now because the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fast now, hence they are all out to clean off their tracks. And why the attempt on Senator Ifeanyi Uba's life was because his private jet was used in the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya back to Nigeria. And because the United Nations Human Rights Council's Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, the UN, has called on the government of Muhammadu Buhari to immediately release Kanu unconditionally and pay him adequate compensations for the arbitrary violation of his fundamental human rights. It has dawned on them that fast, people would be asking one important question, and that is, who's the owner of the jet that was used when they renditioned MNK? And Ifeanyi Uba is being pointed at, hence the key actors wants him dead in order to erase that trace. I was recently informed by an anonymous source that the assailants used a tornado bullet on his level bulletproof vehicle, and it penetrated. Google tornado bullet, and you'd learn that such bullet can only be sold to a state security, DMI and selected strike force teams. As I type this, Senator Ifeanyi Uba is out of the country. He's gone into hiding. So, the question is, who is really chasing after him? With the above analysis, I leave you to solve the final puzzle. But one thing is certain, this monumental betrayal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never be swept under the carpet. Those culpable will definitely face justice at the right time, which is almost here. No hiding place for them because the undefeated Lion of the East is on his heroic return. This analysis presentation is brought to you by Biafrans in Diaspora Media.